I never imagined a family trip could spiral into the most chaotic airport experience of my life. There I was, watching my 8-year-old son navigate security with his prosthetic leg, feeling that familiar tightening in my chest from a woman behind us, perfectly bob, oversized sunglasses indoors, the full Karen aura, started laughing. Not a polite chuckle, but a loud, mocking cackle aimed directly at my boy. My blood boiled immediately. But what happened next? Security intervened, pulled her aside, opened her luggage, and everything shifted in ways I never expected. Let me back up. My name's Alex. My son, Ethan, lost his left leg below the knee in a car accident at 4. The kid is fearless, runs circles around able-bodied kids, dominates soccer, and never complains. Airports, though, they're a minefield. His prosthetic trips every metal detector. So we know the routine. Sit down, remove the leg, have it swabbed and scanned separately. Humiliating at times, even with our attempts to make it lighthearted. That morning at Denver International, we were bound for Disney World, his first big adventure since the accident. Ethan was buzzing, clad in his Spider-Man tee, practically vibrating with excitement. We queued at TSA, and then she appeared. Mid-50s, designer everything, hauling a huge pink suitcase like it was a throne. She huffed loudly about delays, complaining in a way meant to ensure everyone could hear her disdain. I ignored her at first. Ethan beeped through the scanner as usual. The agent asked him to step aside for extra screening. He sat calmly, unstrapped his leg, handed it over with a grin. The officer chatted him up about superheroes to distract him, but Karen rolled her eyes, letting out a harsh, cruel laugh. Oh, wow, is that real? Kids faking disability for attention these days. She sneered loud enough for everyone to hear. Heads turned. My wife froze. I felt my face ignite. Ethan glanced up, puzzled, then looked down. My chest ached seeing the spark in his eyes dim. I stepped forward, trying to keep my voice steady. Ma'am, that's my son's prosthetic leg. He lost his real one in an accident. She didn't flinch, just smirked. Sure, she said dismissively, probably angling for special treatment. Ridiculous. People whispered, glanced at her with disapproval. The agent noticed a stir. I was about to speak up when it was her turn. She shoved past, complaining about delays, tossing her purse and kicking off her heels like she was bestowing a favor. Through the detector, beep, she set it off. The officer asked her to step back for a wand check. Karen erupted. This is insane. I'm a platinum member. Do you know who I am? Classic. But then the x-ray screen revealed her bag. Ma'am, we need to inspect this, the officer said firmly. She went ballistic. You have no right. Louis Vuitton. I'll sue. 2 more officers arrived. They pulled her bag aside. She followed, wailing about discrimination, demanding a supervisor. The rest of us moved on, but I couldn't look away. Part of me wanted her humbled. Ethan had his leg back on, holding my hand silently. The officers unzipped her bag slowly. Her face drained from red to pale in seconds. First, clothes, makeup, normal things. She relaxed slightly, still ranting. Then one officer reached deeper, paused, whispered his partner. Karen's voice cracked mid-sentence. It's not mine. Someone must have. But they weren't listening. They opened a small black case. My wife and I, busy helping Ethan with shoes, saw the officer hold up a long, sharp knife. Shiny, definitely prohibited. Her mouth moved soundlessly. Then came a second case. A handgun, unloaded, but still illegal in carry-on. The line went deathly silent. Karen stammered. It's registered. I have a permit. But the officers weren't done. Pepper spray, beyond the limit. Brass knuckles. Multiple concealed weapons. Ethan tugged my sleeve. Dad, why is that lady in trouble? I had no words yet. Security escorted her away, cuffed, sobbing about misunderstandings. The same woman who mocked my disabled son was being arrested for trying to board with an arsenal. Around us, murmurs of shock. One man even clapped slowly. My wife's eyes were wide. Did that just happen? As we moved toward our gate, Ethan spoke softly. Dad, she was mean to me, but now she did something bad. I hugged him tight. Karma, ice cold, had arrived. Still her panic, her repeated, "It's not what you think," gnawed at me. Why risk so much with weapons? Why target my son so viciously? I had no idea the real reason behind her meltdown was about to emerge, shocking everyone more than the arrest itself. We reached the gate, but couldn't relax. Ethan kept glancing back at security. My wife distracted him with Disney videos, but I watched, uneasy. 20 minutes later, 2 police officers and a TSA supervisor stopped at our gate. My stomach dropped. The supervisor scanned the crowd, then pointed at us. "Sir Alex Thompson?" My wife gripped my arm. Ethan looked scared. I stood. The officers approached, polite but serious. "We need to speak with you about the security incident, privately if possible." My mind raced. Were we in trouble? Had she accused us of something? They led me aside. The supervisor, Agent Ramirez, introduced himself. "Mr. Thompson, the woman you encountered, Victoria Lang, claims the weapons weren't hers. She's accusing your family." I laughed, shocked. "What? That's insane. We were in front of her the whole time." She laughed at my son's prosthetic leg. "Ask anyone in line." Ramirez nodded. "We know. We have multiple witness statements supporting your account, plus the security footage. She's digging herself a deeper hole, but she's claiming you had a motive because of the argument. Thing is, when we reviewed her side, inconsistencies popped up." He swiped the tablet, showing a frozen frame from the overhead camera. Victoria in line, minutes before reaching security, phone in hand, agitated, glancing nervously around. Another angle revealed her placing her suitcase on the belt, but hesitating, opening a side pocket and quickly shoving something inside. "We think she forgot the items were already in her carry-on," Ramirez explained. "But she's already lawyered up," screaming setup. "Her husband, some big shot at Terry in Denver, is involved too." Back at the gate, I told my wife quietly. Ethan's excitement for Disney was gone, replaced by anxiety. We boarded anyway, hoping distance might soothe him. As the plane taxied, I couldn't shake it. Why would a wealthy, connected woman risk everything with concealed weapons and carry-on? Pepper spray over the legal limit, a loaded magazine separated from the gun, brass knuckles. Her desperation screamed through it all. Mid-flight, the pilot announced an unexpected delay on the ground in Orlando. We'd be parked for an hour at least. Perfect. Then my phone buzzed. Airport Wi-Fi. A Denver Post news alert. Prominent Denver socialite arrested at DIA for carrying concealed weapons following a confrontation. Her photo was blurred but unmistakable. Comments were savage. People called her out for mocking a disabled child, Ethan. A viral video had surfaced showing the entire scene. Her laughter, my confrontation, the bag inspection. Millions of views. Then my blood ran cold. Buried in the story, Victoria Lang was married to Judge Richard Lang, notorious for tough sentencing on gun crimes. The irony was insane. Even worse, she was under federal investigation for connections to an underground arms ring. The weapons confiscated. Serial numbers matched a recent bust. Her arrest wasn't fluke. It was a breakdown under pressure. My wife gasped over my shoulder. She wasn't just a Karen. She was tied to something dangerous. Another alert. An email from an unknown address. Subject, stay out of it. Attachment. A photo of our Denver house that morning. Car in the driveway. My heart froze. The message. Forget what you saw, or your boy's other leg might not be so lucky. I showed the flight attendants. Faces pale. FBI agents met us the moment we landed in Orlando. Statements were taken. A hotel secured under protection. Agent Ramirez updated me. Victoria had cracked under questioning. She started naming associates who pressured her into transporting weapons. Ethan's delay at screening triggered her meltdown, rage displacement on my son. She admitted forgetting the weapons were in her carry-on. Threats against us came from her partners outside, trying to silence witnesses. The FBI said our presence sparked exposure of a potentially huge network. At the hotel, Ethan asleep between us. Prosthetic off, my wife whispered, "Do you think it's over?" I want to say yes, but the agents warn loose ends are dangerous. Tomorrow, Victoria's testimony could provoke retaliation. My phone rang. Unknown number. Distorted voice. You think airport security saved you? We're already here. Click. My heart hammered. Whoever they were, they knew our exact location. The hotel room felt like a trap. Curtains drawn, Ethan sleeping, Prosthetic resting silently like a guardian. My wife clutched her phone, obsessively refreshing news updates. Then at 2:17 a.m., the room phone rang. I grabbed it quietly. A soft, urgent female voice. Victoria Lang. She had 2 minutes before being intercepted. She confessed, yes, trafficking, yes, weapons, but she never wanted it. Judge Lang forced her, using blackmail and threats against their daughter. The final delivery today would decide her fate. Ethan's delay set her off. She apologized, admitting the rage toward my son was misplaced anger. She pledged full testimony the next morning. She warned. Her husband's associates were in a hotel, room 814, waiting for a shift change. I alerted the agents. Seconds later, chaos in the hallway. Boots, radios, shouted orders. Room 814 stormed. 2 men in black hoodies zip-tied in under a minute. One held a silenced pistol. The other printed photos of our family from the dark web. They had come to finish the job. By sunrise, the news broke. Judge Richard Lang arrested at Denver courthouse. The trafficking ring dismantled. Victoria Lang, cooperating witness, placed in protective custody with her daughter. The woman who mocked my son became the key to locking away 23 dangerous criminals, including her husband. We remained under guard in Orlando for 3 more days. On the last morning, Ethan splashed in the hotel pool, grinning for the first time in weeks. I watched him, heart finally easing when my phone buzzed. An email message from Victoria. Short, tell Ethan I'm sorry. He's the bravest I've ever seen. I'm entering witness protection. I'll never see my old life, but you 3 gave me courage. She left a gift at the front desk, a Spider-Man prosthetic cover, custom painted to his size, with a note. You're a real superhero. Don't let anyone make you feel less. Ethan stared at it, grinned wider than ever, and whispered, Dad, Spider-Man legs. I pulled him into the tightest hug of my life. Tears flowed freely. My wife joined us, laughter and tears blending. We flew home the next day. No threats, no shadows. Just a little boy with the coolest prosthetic cover on the planet, and a story he'll tell forever. The day the mean airport lady turned out to be the one who caught the real villains. Every time Ethan straps on that Spider-Man cover, he stands taller. And so do I. Sometimes the loudest laugh hides a desperate person finally screaming for help. Thank you for watching. If you've ever defended your child, hit like. Know a little superhero who needs encouragement? Drop their name in the comments. I'll read every single one to Ethan. We're all stronger than we think, even when the world laughs.